fucking huge. All right, so we've reached nearly the end of the show, and I guess it's time to ask Nika what she felt when she was out at what anime convention?
Katsucon.
Okay.
All right, you have 9 minutes.
So you guys were watching late at night and in a room full of convention attendees watching the live stream. So what was the reaction to the Samurai announcement?
Okay.
Great reaction.
Sorry, Sarah was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, go away. I'm trying to talk right now. He's like asking me if food smells bad. He's trying to make for dinner. I'm like,
Smells great, Senpai.
I'm trying to talk about Samurai.
Can we get Senpai's reaction to Samurai, please?
It was like
I love how we wait the entire show, like to wait her out to the very
that
end.
exact second. I know it was horrible. Anyway, that was really bad timing. So it was really, really cool because I was out at a Katsucon, and so we managed to organize a gathering at 4:30 in the morning of people who were really crazy and wanted to stay up and watch it together in the lobby of the hotel. And we probably drove the employees nuts, but we managed to like find a table over to the side and like put up someone's laptop. It took us forever to actually get the connection stable enough, but we were like screaming the entire time, probably drove everybody crazy. But it was really, really cool. We were really hyped. I don't know, like, because we didn't expect them to open with the extended trailer, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And neither did we expect the extended trailer to be showing Samurai. So as soon as they showed it, all of us were like screaming, like stomping our feet and being like, whoa! And I have to say that I think I've said it enough through my Twitter and through, at the beginning of the show, that I am sad that it's not a tank. That I don't want to switch my role from a tank in my static because I love tanking so much, but I also love Samurai so much, so I'm at this dilemma. If it was a tank, I would switch instantly, no doubt about it. But because it's a DPS, I can solidly say it will become my main DPS over Monk. However, whether or not I switch my main really depends on how they make the battle system changes and what they do to tank. Because if it becomes like stupid and boring or like not the kind of tank that I like to play, then maybe I'll switch to Samurai depending on how Samurai plays. I think a big part of it will just depend on the battle system changes. But in terms
of though, if you do change to Samurai, that means somebody else in your group has to change to tank, right?
Yeah, we're not really sure what we're doing because our off tank is already said he's switching to Red Mage.
Ouch.
Good guy.
So we're not entirely sure how we're going to rework our static at this point in time. So that's another thing, is that if I also switch to DPS, we're really going to have to figure that out. So that's something that we're kind of really thinking about.
I had a question for you. So what are your thoughts on the fact that Escalia is our new endgame correspondent?
He's as much of an endgame correspondent as I am.
No. Because
he static.
He cleared it. You did not.
That's correct. Yeah,
I did clear it.
No, you didn't.
He cleared it first.
He cleared it before you did.
Yeah, you were carried.
I wasn't carried. I'm a main tank.
They did it without you, and then they did it with you.
You got
carried. They carried you.
But I had already been to like the last percent.
Doesn't matter. The LBR canon is that you were carried, and Escalia is now both the girl of the show and the endgame correspondent.
You gotta step up your game. What do you have to offer the show?
I was at Katsucon, so I couldn't.
Nika, you got so carried, you may as well have gotten doused with an entire bucket of pig's blood, okay? That's how carried you are right now.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, my God.
So anyway, Nika, over the next week for the next show, I need you to like sit down and really think long and hard about what you bring to this show, because your continued appearance is going to depend on it, and I will put that on thechange.org.
Okay, I'll be sure to get right on that.
I mean, especially Escalia, letting Escalia outclass you. Come on. That's shameful.
The only way...
It's not. Escalia is a good player, believe it or not.
The only way that you can outlive is if you clear 12 without him and before him.
No, I'm going to clear with him because he's in my static and every member of our static.
No.
If he just so happens to not be there that day, then so be it.
No, Nika, you've got to politic him out of that group. You've got to get people. This is like Survivor.
That's right.
It's like you've got to vote him off the island.
You or him.
That's right.
No way. He's a valued member.
Your spot on the show depends on it, Nika. It's you or him. It can't be both of you.
I will say I am disappointed in the artifact or the default samurai gear. He walks out on the stage and like, oh my god, he looks like Orin. And well, yeah, he looks like Orin, and it's cool. It's not the samurai we were all expecting with a cool, like, we get fucking kabutos for the New Year's event every single year with a different fucking animal on its head. Like, I was hoping we could at least have a cool, like, FF11 style samurai kabuto.
Nope.
But
not gonna happen.
Apparently not. Or maybe that'll come in like future artifact, like gear specific tome sets.
Look, the fact that you can make it between the FF11 event gear and the kabutos that they end up handing out, you've got it. And the
FF11, I'm wearing the FF11 gear right now, and while it looks like samurai-ish, like it's just a fucking like headband. It's not actually a kabuto, and it doesn't really. I don't know. Like
Infinity Fox says these guys are like the angel and devil on her shoulders, except they're both devils.
Just huge
so that's my one complaint, but I do want to say the actual aesthetic and like look of the way that the samurai like swings and attacks and stuff looks really cool. And I was like freaking out over the whole like put up your sleeve, wipe the blood off the sole of your sleeve. I thought that was the coolest
thing.
Oh no, it was the coolest, like aesthetically cool, like thing. I was freaking out when they showed that.
Did you get your complimentary vape and fedora after you thought that was cool? Because that is the most
be cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's as cool as scholars pushing their glasses up on their fucking face.
No, you know what's cool,
Nika? Go shave your neck beard.
You know what's cool,
No,
Nika?
thanks. I like it.
After you hold your people with your little stabbers, you lick the blood off. That's cool. Ninja for life.
But that's insane. You could get AIDS that way. Why would I lick somebody's blood? That's disgusting.
Because you're a badass.
Yeah, duh.
That's how you get AIDS.
Exactly. That's what I just said.
Yeah, it's
AIDS. I don't want my character to get AIDS and die. No, thank you. I'd rather be a badass and wipe it off on my shirt and then throw my shirt in the washing machine.
No, you really don't want your character to get Hulk AIDS.
But I am already a Hulk character.
That makes it doubly bad for you. That's like super AIDS for
super Hulk AIDS.
Yeah, you're gonna turn into one of those people who have like that muscle that's in between their neck and their shoulder, and that muscle's gonna have a muscle. It's gonna look terrible.
And you're gonna have to name it.
I hate that muscle. That's so ugly. Ugh.
You're gonna have to name that muscle because it doesn't have a name.
Name it Ballin.
I know you can ingest blood and not get AIDS. I know, but it's
Who's
not
saying that in the chat room?
Crunchy XIX.
Holy shit, Crunchy! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like I know that, but if you have any kind of anything that will get the blood into your system,
how do you know this? Why do you know this?
Have you licked AIDS? Have you?
Why are you sharing this with us?
AIDS.
None of this is okay.
AIDS.
Even if I don't switch my main to Sam, I will show up as Samurai to every single episode in studio, so you guys can look forward to that. The end.
Not
if we remove you from the FC and lock the house.
I'm not even in the FC.
So all we have to do is lock the house.
There you go. Actually, there you go.
But then nobody else can come to see it in the studio.
Worth.
That's a small. You're saying
worth
that's
it.
a small price to say in order to get me to not.
Hey, well, they are doubling the house inventory spaces, so we can just fill the basement up with stuff and then just be surrounded by stuff like hoarders.
Just fill it up with mannequins. Oh wait.
You know what? Because they're doubling the size of stuff that you can have in your estate, I do think that there needs to be an FF14 version of hoarders. We need to make that show.
Someone has a quick question I want to say. I think the scabbard is cool. I don't know if they're going to have like any kind of moves that incorporate the scabbard. I do think it looks aesthetically cool. I am a little bit sad about monk gear sharing, although it makes a whole lot of sense. I feel like I just don't want, because there's a lot of gear that looks like monk, like the chest wraps and that kind of stuff, and I don't want samurai to look like monk. So I guess it depends on what the aesthetic of the gear is going forward, whether or not that's a good decision or bad decision.
It's going to be all cloth, Nika.
Yeah.
It's all...
But I mean, that does kind of prove that they're not really going to go in the way of armor. And
the cool Shogun.
And even before, like there were tome gears where like, actually they didn't do it with this set of tome gear, but the original set back then were each class had their own tome gear. Like
that was just the original AF.
There was two. There was two though. There was AF and the AF like second version of it.
Yeah, but that was just a recolor.
If they ever do that,
it was a recolor.
If they ever do that going forward, they could
like a third recolor of
Shogun
AF
gear. No, they could make the Shogun gear from that going forward.
I don't
Why?
know.
You're a fucking murder hobo Shogun in a bathrobe. That's your role
that
now.
destroys property.
By the way, we didn't get that for Dark Knight. Like they didn't go back and put that gear set in for Dark Knight. We got the standardized gear set that dropped out of the job quest, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah, but why can't samurai standard gear be armor?
Because you
Because you're
suck.
a fucking murder hobo
Because Square Enix is the true troll.
and you smell bad.